Hey there, folks. It's another beautiful day here on Right Turn Garage TV. We got a laundry list of things to do to the old big red machine. Probably gonna make multiple videos on it. Hopefully all today. Post them at different times, so we can get as much, you know, viewer-friendly fun as we can. Today, we're going to be replacing the exhaust because she's factory original, and yeah, she's been plated. I mean, like, really nice, like. And the thing that stinks is I actually really like the way it sounds because it's pretty much straight off the cat. And I would run that straight off. However, it's like, it's cattywampus, you know what I mean? It's got an offset outlet. And then I'll throw the tailpipe off. And even though I got a really great exhaust guy that does a heck of a job and doesn't charge too much or anything, this truck is absolutely on a budget because I have way too many daggone things going on. So I went and I bought, you know what, let me just show you. Let's just do this. So this is what it sounds like right now. And I love the sound of this thing. It sounds really good, honestly. See? Listen to that. She actually sounds pretty darn tough. I really love the way it sounds. However, it's not right. It's falling apart. The muffler has, like I say, it's been plated, guys. I want it to be at least right. So I'll show you what I got, how we're planning to fix it. Hopefully my idea works. I think that it will. I mean, this exhaust system ought to be kind of forgiving because I don't really need it perfect. This is an old work truck that's had the bed bondoed on her pretty good. And I mean, the bed looks, like I said, you guys saw the other videos. The bed looks a lot more gooder than what it is. It's really just ate up. It's bad. But we're going to clean up the shop for a minute. Get this in there and start on our laundry list full of things to do to the big red machine. So I preemptively bought some exhaust stuff. And while I'm at it, don't use a bent blade like this in your Sawzall. That's what I'm going to use to torch this. Well, not torch, but cut the exhaust off of this. I bought a thrust muffler, a thrust welded muffler, because they sound really, really gooder. I bought some 3-inch pipe because I like to party, and that's what's on it. Sometimes you can Google it and find out. I forget how I found out on this one. I think the parts guy looked it up on the computer. Anyway, so for this, it kind of has an offset. Not exactly. See, this should be really up here. And, you know, obviously that there. In order to work perfectly in a perfect world for this one. See how this one's down here and this one's way up yonder? So we're just going to go with, we're just going to cut it and try to make this thing even more gooder without so much offset. Hopefully it works. I don't know what we're going to have to do to make it right, but I hope we can figure something out. I have faith we can figure it out. I really do, because I've already bought the muffler. So I have faith we can make it work. Or maybe the exhaust system might end right here. I don't really know. But anyway, since we have a hanger here, we're going to cut probably right in here-ish. That bevels down for some reason. I'm really not sure. So anyway, we're going to cut right here. And back here, Well, shoot. I don't know if that's a made bracket. Is that a made bracket? I don't know. Well, we might not have a support right there, or we might have to weld that to the other muffler. We'll see. And that's crusty up there, ain't it? Dang it. But anyway, so we're going to cut somewhere in here. We're going to cut straight because that's going to make things a lot easier if you cut it straight than on a curve. Just like brake lines, cut it on a straight angle, straight line, not angle. And yeah, so I'm just looking around here. So we're going to cut that on a straight part. We're going to cut that where the exhaust hanger is, just right after it, that way so it still supports our exhaust system. And hopefully I've got the right adapters and the right math to get this all done. So what you really should do before you start cutting and all this muffler is no way near that long. That's why I bought this extra pipe. So you should probably make sure. Yep, that won't fit. But that'll fit in there. Might take some. What the world? Well, anyway, that'll fit in there. Probably just have to take a little plastic hammer or just wiggle it right. There we go. See, it fits. And then that will fit over there. And hopefully this fits over the existing, which I think it will. I hope it will. If not, I got this thing. So if we have to cut here and splice there and do that, we got a welder too. And we're going to try to minimize the number of clamps we use, because I only bought 2 and there's at least room for 4. So I got that going for me. But we're going to cut, see what we got, and I'll get back with you. Well, I learned something already. One, this truck has a lot of crud under it, so we're not going to be restoring this old boy. But 2, that exhaust is pretty big. I mean, so what I'm going to end up doing, I just kind of fit it real loosely here. I'm going to clamp that, I believe, weld that, and clamp that one. I think that right there is the best bang for my buck. And then I'm going to, you want to make sure this tailpipe isn't going to rattle against something. So I'll have to find something spacer wise and space it off of something or something, just so she don't rattle. And you know, that'll come when I torque this sucker down and that one down. So it's quite a lot bigger than what I thought. This is 3.5 inch inside diameter, so that's pretty darn big. But that's fine. It ought to work just fine, I hope. If not, you know, it'll work. I'll make it work. There we go. That's a little more gooder. So we're going to clamp this one. We're going to weld this one because, like I said, I grabbed 2 clamps. Then we want the thrust just showing. Look at him. And this one came with a sticker. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the stickers, man. I dig the stickerage. It just makes you feel more gooder whenever you get a sticker. So I just really loosely put it up there, and I thought I was going to have to measure, cut, but it doesn't look like I'm going to have to. But I did buy an extra. I was originally planning to bypass said muffler with this, but where it has that offset, you know, that ain't going to work. But this, however, will. So I'm going to break this back down apart, take this over, weld it on the bench, and then come back over here, reinstall it, clamp, and we should be good to go. Well, it didn't change like hardly anything. The only thing that's changed was the muffler sits a little lower right there. So I went ahead and marked it with an X this time. That way, so if I see my old mark, I know that's not the one. I'll mark that one with an X too. Let me see. Can you see her now? And mark that one with an X. And luckily, with it like this, the tailpipe sits close to perfect. I mean, it's going to need a little bit of adjustment. That's not bad. But I just want to show you guys that. I may have to cut this, I'm not sure. So I'll see how much of that pipe's in there. If it's to right here at this collar, I'm going to leave it. If it's down in here like it was, it needs cut, because it's going to steal this sound. It's going to mess up your back pressure. You're going to have more back pressure. And what's the point of a performance muffler if you steal the sound from it? So I'm going to check that out, see what we got now. Weld this piece right there, and then we're gonna come back, clamp it, and we're gonna give her a listen. So guys, we ran into just about every kind of difficult thing you could think. The first thing I want to tell you is, if you have 3-inch exhaust or better, because this was better than 3-inch exhaust, don't use like a 6-inch saw blade unless you got it off the truck, because you'll hit a bracket and yep, you'll break it. You'll break the saw blade, and then you'll bend them, and it's fun. It's real gooder. Second of all, don't trust your local parts store as far as what the inside or outside diameter of your pipe is, because it was 100% wrong. Let me explain. These are 3-inch clamps. The exhaust I got was 3-inch. You know, the muffler and all that. The piece of pipe, that's 3-inch. With 3-inch inside diameter right there on the outside edge or something. So what I ran into was I'd end up bubble gumming all of it together, because I had a gap right down here, and gaps and exhaust, they don't mix. It just doesn't sound right. Had to bubble gum that one, and I'm not the best welder with one on, but with it off, I mean, that ain't horrible, right? I mean, you know, for somebody that's not a professional welder, it'll absolutely work. So, do you want to hear it? Because I sure as heck do. Let's just see if it was worth it all. Now, you heard it before. It sounded okay. Definitely sounded like a muffler that had been patched up with a piece of sheet metal. But now what we got? Come on, Key. Why are you being like this? Oh, there we go. Whoa! Hello, Nancy. I'm gonna say it. Hashtag victory right there, boys and girls. You know, all that good stuff. Listen to that sucker. But that sounds like she's got a set of doors. So let's just, one real quick time, in a nice enclosed atmosphere, let's just, ooh, she's got some berries to her. That's some old meat and taters. I like it. That sounds much more gooder. So, yep, we got electricity. Still don't have lights in the rafters because that's way up there yet. But I'm going to tell you, that's a victory, boys. This was our old muffler. I think, I mean, that thing is just, that sucker is just, it's huge. Looks like it come off a farm tractor. But, I mean, that was the OG, the original. And I guess there's quite a few things original on this truck that's probably going to stay original, because that bed's shot, and she's just going to be a work truck is what I'm hearing. So you know, anyway, I just want to thank everybody for watching, taking your time out. Hopefully this video helped you. If you're close and you don't know anything about exhaust, just take your exhaust system to Buckeye Tire and Exhaust. Go see Jason, and he'll hook you up. He's real good. If you really insist on doing it yourself, I myself am going to get some, what are they called, tailpipe expanders or something. That way, so maybe I don't run into this so much anymore, because this has happened twice within a proximity of time. And you know, Jason, he's not open all the time. So, and it's Saturday. Is it Saturday? It's Saturday, and it's like 6-ish o'clock. So, you know, if your schedule don't jive, you have to do it by yourself. I hope you have a welder, have a friend that has a welder, because if you have a welder, cutting device, you can pretty much make it work. So, and that's what I did with this one. The clamps was too big. I'm sorry, they were too small. What I was getting at with that. So whenever I went to install the clamp over top of the pipe, one, it wouldn't go. It was like way up here. So I took a hammer, knocked it down, and then it spread these out at the bottom. It spread them out where it wouldn't connect into the clamp. So I did what anybody else would do. Took a big set of pliers, squished it together, and made them touch. Threw that on, barely threaded it, hit it with the impact, and it didn't move that pipe. Now you can cut slits in it, in the receiving pipe, to make it clamp, but I don't want an exhaust leak any more than what I'm already probably have like in a manifold or whatever on this truck. I don't want to create any more. So I welded it tight. This is probably the last exhaust this truck's going to get. And, you know, we're budget building, so to speak. So, and it'll work, and it sounds pretty dang delicious. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. I think my last count was like 66 or 67 subscribers. Pretty daggone excited about that. So thank you very much. And just so you know, man, I brag about every single one of you. And I'm like, man, look, I got 66, 67 subscribers. So I appreciate it. Tell your friends. You know, if you want to see some hillbilly working on some stuff, this guy might know a little. I don't know. But anyway, you know that, what is it? Oh, yeah, is it down there? There? There's a subscribe button. Go ahead and do it for me. It's free, you know. Get a cheap laugh. I don't care. But anyway, thanks for watching. We're going to have more videos to come. And have a good weekend, guys.